Yeah. It's your turn, Laurent.
Can I start?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Uh, Hi everyone, I'm Lorant from Hungary, and I'm going to show you my recently released C64 emulator software and tell you a little bit about its backstory. The history of my emulator dates back to 1997. That was when I decided to write a seed emulator that would first be able to run programs written to the C64. At the time, I was programming in Turbo Pascal and x86 assembly. So the project started in Pascal using a bunch of inline assembly code. At first, it had nothing to do with the SID, but at least most of the programs ran based on the data written to the SID register addresses. The PC speaker played sounds similar to those of early DOS games. By 2001, I had developed envelope generators, waveform generators, and a very basic filter. And all of this was played back on a Sound Blaster sound card with an 8-bit mixer. There were no serious measurements behind it all. I implemented everything based on the data described in the reference books, supplemented with my own ideas. For example, the combined waveforms were mixed with logical AND operations, which, as it turned out later, is not how it actually works. I had never heard of state variable filters before, so I tried to simulate the seed filter using fast Fourier transformation. There was a visualizer view showing a linear spectrum analyzer and the volume envelope status of the 3 channels. By 2005, I had developed a C64 emulator written entirely in assembly language, which handled only one filers and seed files, but has no longer limited to play music, as it also emulated the VIC-2, more or less, allowing it to be used to play some simple games. Its unique feature was that it created a 400 times 276 resolution video mode at 50 Hertz by uniquely modifying the registers of the VGA card's cathode ray tube controller. After a 15-year break, in 2020, I was inspired to revive my old C64 project, now with OpenGL graphics, 16-bit sound, and C++ code. I was working on a synthesis-based MIDI player at the time, so I know a lot more about sound physics and filter algorithms. Of course, I was interested in how the entire C64 works, but I always most interested in the SID. So instead of focusing on floppy drive emulation, I concentrated on learning as much as possible about the SID. I created a special view where I could compare the current sound output of my emulation with the sound output of the C64 connected to the sound card's line in input, and wrote a small basic test program. Sorry. that I run simultaneously under the emulator and on the connected C64, which gave me an accurate overview of the differences in real time. When I began to find the quality of the SID emulation acceptable, my interest began to move towards electronics. As a result, in 2021, I made my first SID replacement prototype board, the C64emu board, which was based on an ARM Cortex M3 microcontroller. I planned to turn it into a product, so I created an Android-based seed player app to showcase its capabilities, which runs exactly the same code as the board. But it soon turned out that in modern demo music, new tricks are being used more and more often, which based on reading back of the actual values of the oscillator and the envelope generators of the third channel in real time. To solve this problem, I came up with the idea of placing two microcontrollers on the board, one of which would be dedicated to serving the readouts of the two registers, while the other would do everything else. This means that two different SID emulations would run in parallel at the same time, but they will act like one precise SID. And here's the final result with two ARM Cortex M4 microcontrollers. It now had a digital analog converter as output instead of pulse width modulation, real-time readback capability, and up to two external buttons can be connected to it, which can be used to switch between 8 different SID templates on the fly. R2, R3, R4, R4AR, R5, and the three custom settings, which can be edited using configuration program that runs on the C64 itself. Since 2020, SID filter emulation has been almost completely redesigned, coming very close to real SIDs. And the emulator has also continued to improve as well. While it's still primarily serving to uncover the further secrets of the SID, I have developed the emulator to the point where it may be useful to others as well. So this year, I made it available for anyone to download it. On the following pages, I have summarized some of the features of the emulator, such as the improved filter algorithm, improved VIC2 emulation, some performance improvements, the CRT emulation, video frame rate interpolation for smooth scrolling, even if your monitor's refresh rate doesn't match with the 50 Hertz. It is a closer look at the CRT emulation, which is basically a special shadow mask texture combined with the output of the VIC2. The supported file formats are program files, disk and tape images, cartridge files, SID music files. Unfortunately, there is no real floppy drive emulation yet, but many games are also available in easy flash cartridge form. Many people have asked how this emulator differs from the others, and what is the point of yet another emulator. First of all, I made it because I want to understand every detail of the C64 in my own way. I didn't want to write a better emulator, but when I felt that something wasn't good enough, I always tried to find a better solution for my actual problem. Here are some features I'm proud of. The CD emulation, especially the 6581 filters. The integrated seed player, the CRT emulation, and the debugger. You can listen to seed tunes directly from the emulator, but you can also listen to seed music in random order, or you have to do it specify the high voltage seed collection path in the config file. You can choose from several types of visualizers, such as scope, spectrum analyzer, or Pioneer-like view. You can debug your programs or learn from other people's code. You can set breakpoints, view the memory map as hex dump, PETSCII, screen codes, or even as assembly code. You can also view unmapped memory areas, even cartridge banks. It's connected, obviously. Here you can see a list of tunes to listen to, so you can compare them with other emulations or with real seeds as well. You can listen to real R4 seed recordings on Stone Oak Valley's website. The R4 I implemented is most similar to the R4. He used for his high voltage seed collection 49 recordings. You can read more about the emulator on my blog. And from time to time, I post videos about my work on my YouTube channel. The emulator itself can be downloaded from the blog, but it's also available on CSDB, and C64emu for Android can be found on Google Play. It's a free app. Thanks for watching, and many thanks to Sebastian for the invitation. Since I'm not very good at real-time conversations, please ask any questions you may have in the chat. Thank you.
Many thanks to you, Laurent. I will just ask you to put in the chat maybe as well if there is some links to the SID replacement board and to the C64emu emulator for Android. If you can also put the links in the chat, maybe. Yeah. Many thanks. I will stop the recording and then questions go to chat. Many thanks again.
Thank you.